review the PSI report state?
We have, Your Honor.
Defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any corrections or additions to the PSI report state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense.
No, Your Honor.
All right. State, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we're asking that you sentence the defendant to 15 years in the prison.
All right. And the reason?
Your Honor, the defendant was convicted of a first-degree felony offense in this case. Reading the TAP evaluation, he's shown no remorse for his actions. He doesn't say this was the result of being under the influence of drugs or alcohol. His story about how he says this happens is just not credible. Doesn't jive with the evidence that we saw at trial. He says that someone offered to sell him $300 worth of items, over $300 worth of items for $600 to $800. He says his friend brought the trailer to him. The evidence that was elicited at trial indicated that a window of the truck was broken. So it's pretty clear to me that he knew these items were, the very least he knew these items were stolen. But Your Honor, what he's convicted of is theft. And I guess the other part of this, the TAP evaluation, they talked about his home life a little bit. He says he has regular contact with all his kids, but evidence elicited at the trial was he's not paying any kind of child support to Edith Serrano. That was one of the victims, you may recall, Your Honor. Or I'm sorry, one of the witnesses at the trial, Your Honor. I know you were presided over this case, Judge, so you remember the testimony, but Terry Kirkbride and his wife are moving from California to Florida, and they lost almost everything as a result of this theft, Your Honor. But what Terry said on the stand is what really stuck with me. And what he said is the hardest part about this is that he lost things in this theft as a result of this theft, as a result of the actions of the defendant that cannot be replaced. So the hardest part of that for him were the photos that are just gone forever. The things that he inherited, the things that his wife inherited, they're gone forever. Items from his military career that are gone forever, damaged or lost. And so that's what I want to emphasize to the court. And the other part of the thing I want to emphasize to the court, Your Honor, is we're asking for this sentence to protect the community from these types of thefts. This property crime, I think, especially folks who are involved in the criminal justice system, we can get sort of jaded and think, well, nobody died, right? But these crimes are very serious, and this is the victims in this case lost nearly everything that they own. And so, Your Honor, we're asking that you protect the community from these types of crimes and sentence the defendant to 15 years in prison.
All right, defense.
Judge, if the court recall the facts of the case, I think Mr. Lozano's explanation is perfectly plausible. There was absolutely no evidence presented by the state in the trial of the case that he was present when that truck was stolen, or that he ever drove that truck, ever had contact with that truck, it was ever on his property. His suggestion that the guy brought the trailer to him to see if he wanted to buy it is consistent with somebody who did steal that property, trying to go and pawn it off on people. Him paying $600 to $800 for what was the contents is because all the valuables were already gone. All that was left was a bunch of stuff that after whoever stole it tore through it. He admitted, yes, my print is on the trailer because he showed it to me, and he wanted more money than I could afford, and so I didn't buy it. He offered me the other things that were there. The complainant specifically testified in his testimony the things that were at Mr. Lozano's property that they recovered were of little or no value, right? If you look at the PSI report, when they go to the restitution, it says approximately $300,000. How can you approximate that when he's already been found guilty by a jury? Well, this court knows why. It's because her math was a mess. The complainant testified in the trial of the case that he agreed in writing a contractual agreement with the insurance company to settle for $240,000. The theft statute is very, very clear. It's the value of the property at the time it's stolen, not what you paid for it years before. So when you read their exhibits, and the jury obviously never did, they put no attention to the real evidence in the case. They felt bad for the complainants. I feel bad. We all do. They suffered a great loss, but they didn't prove he was the one who did it. They proved that he was a party to being in possession of some of the stolen property. That's why we had a jury charge all the way down to a state jail. That was the appropriate charge. And this case is ripe and full of appeal issues, especially on the issue of the value and sufficiency of evidence. This case does not merit a day in prison. I get it. it's a big loss. But if you look at the exhibits, and I was going to bring it to you, but it's in the court's file or court board's file. USA went through an exhaustive list, and he says I spent months, and I kept updating it, telling them all the things that I lost. They put the retail value, they depreciated it down to the actual cash value at the time of the loss, right? He signs an agreement, accepts the check, saying $240,000. And that included the truck.
All right, so just so parties know, I'm not going behind the jury's verdict.
I'm not asking you to. I'm just saying the punishment should fit the crime. Okay. The jury did what they did, and that's for another court to look at, whether there was sufficient evidence for their verdict. But my suggestion is, if they've proven that my guy drove off with the truck and the trailer and he had gotten rid of everything, I can see that this is a different case. There's absolutely no evidence that was presented to suggest that. And his explanation fits squarely within the facts that were presented in this case. So I get it that there's restitution. My client is going to have a lifetime consequence because of his resident status of potentially being excluded from this country. So he is going to get punished severely by this court and probably another one. So all that being said, Judge, we'd ask the court to sentence him to a term of probation. We'll pay restitution to their number as best he can, as long as he can. But that's the appropriate sentence. If we're going to start locking up every person who goes to a flea market and those people that come into property illegally and they get it in their possession, we're going to start sending them all to prison. We don't have a big enough jail for that, Judge.
All right. Is there anything you wish to say?
Yes.
All right. You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear in a...
Just another theft case. Prosecutors are about to argue that the damage went far beyond money. When victims lose irreplaceable memories, military keepsakes, and decades of family history, the courtroom starts treating a property crime with the emotional weight of something much...
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jose Lozano.
All right, and make sure you keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear. Who's the name of the friend that gave you these items?
Who's the name? I don't know his name. They called him.
Well, I mean, you say he's your friend.
Well, yeah, but
And you say you received a phone call from a friend.
yes, should have wrote it down.
All right, so here's my other question. The items, because there were some items that were related to his military career. When you saw the name of a person's name on military paperwork, what did you think?
At the point already, I had the stuff in my house. I didn't know what to do. Didn't know where it was there. I bought it. It was in boxes when I bought it. By the time I got to open it, I saw the stuff.
So how much money did you pay for this stuff?
About $800. Whatever was in the trailer where I got it off, about $800 or $900.
Did you look through everything before you paid $800 or $900?
Boxes.
So you just take a boxes sight unseen, sort of like Storage Wars?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And so you don't know your friend's name who phoned you. According to you, it says that you were home asleep on this date and you received a phone call from a friend.
They call him Chaparro, but out of the top of my head, I can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. I just wanted that cleared up. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. With regards to the amount, the court does not deal in approximations. So for the court, there is no restitution because there is nothing here to suggest a restitution amount. It just says approximately $300,000. There's nothing I can do with that. And this trial was on March 21st. I'm sorry, just one moment. Yes, March 2024. So by that time, there should have been some amount to the court. So I'll give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing, State?
Judge, is the defendant's birthday May 1st, 1998? Is that right?
Sure.
You can ask him.
Okay. Is that your birthday, sir? May 1st, 1998?
Yeah.
And Judge, would you incorporate the evidence at trial as to the value? Would that be something you'd be willing to do?
No, because again, the amount that's listed in the PSI report is approximately $300,000. And then defense counsel is correct with the amount that the complainant settled for. And I know how insurance companies do sometimes.
Probably
the amount, yeah, the amount the insurance company settled for was $240,000. So this is where we are.
And just, if I could, just one last thing on the record. I just wanted the court to be aware, the record to be clear, that approximation comes from the complainant. The PSI officer called the complainant to ask him that number, and that was his response.
Yes.
Even after his testimony that was presented to the court.
I'm not ordering restitution unless there is some sort of deductible, which the court has not received any information on a deductible amount. So the court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison and give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor, we just have victim impact fees.
I do, Judge.
Yes.
We will be filing notice of appeal and a request for an appeal bond. Do you want to take that up today? Or
Oh, you have to file you'll have to file the motion and the court will take that up. So if you could have him fill out the trial court certification.
Well, they're going to be filed today. That's why I'm asking if he could be kept in court today so we could address it, or
It's going to have to be another date. All right. If you could have him do the trial court certification, so I could do that now, please. All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, you have a right to an appeal as this was a jury trial. And counsel, once you file that motion, Ms. Ferguson will give you a date.
Yes, sure.
All right, you said there's brief impact.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are the parties here on Lozano? If you could start your video, please. Who's all right? Mr. Kirkbride?
Yes.
All right, you may begin with your impact statement.
Okay, I had no idea what to expect in this matter, but I see the sentencing's already been done. I'll just try to keep it short. I think the court's already heard most of our story, but I'll just go down the quick history. I mean, when we made our decision to move to Florida, it was to be near kids and grandkids. It was a pretty tough decision. I lived in California all my life up to that point. Sold our home, gave away pretty much all of our possessions that could be replaced, like furniture, refrigerators, that type of thing. All of our most precious items were packed up very carefully. It took us almost 3 months to get everything properly packed and wrapped. And I bought a 24-foot enclosed trailer, and that's where we packed everything in. On our journey to our joyous move to Florida to start a new life, we made it as far as San Antonio. And of course, from that moment forward, December 4th forward, it's just like our world was turned upside down. It derailed our whole joy of the move. And what was supposed to be looking for a home right away turned into almost an 8-month endeavor because we were dealing with all of the aftermath of the theft. I'm a combat veteran. One of my diagnoses is PTSD, so I was already dealing with that. And then this just totally derailed me and my wife and left us kind of in this state of like, what next? As we put the pieces together, keep in mind, it was 3 years, 3 months from the time of the theft to the time of the trial. And they had some 22, 23 resets. Each one of those resets represented to us is we had to juggle our lives around the schedule of the court, gave up family vacations, gave up visiting sick family members. We did a lot of things during those 3.5 years, 3 years, 3 months that just kept this thing going. And now we're here at the final part of the sentencing and all that. And I feel for both sides. I feel for Mr. Lozano and how this must be for him. But I also got to understand what it was like for us. These weren't just things that you go to the store and buy. This was our life. My wife is a Native American studies. She had all of her research that was in those boxes that are gone, all of my VA records, all of our photographs of our family from the past, videos of the kids, all those things that cannot be replaced, along with all my military accolades that are gone. The impact was great. And I am glad that we're finally at a point for us anyways, where we can just kind of turn the page. I think that's enough said.
Calling 2022 CR 7318, State of Texas versus Andrew Hutkins. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense? Are you Mr. Hutkins? Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case? Did you review it with your client?
Yeah.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Hutkins, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, I couldn't remember if there was a enhancement allegation.
No.
But not when you proceed as presented.
All right. Mr. Hutkins, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of marijuana, 4 ounces to 5 pounds as a state jail felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call on the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
15 years? That's a massive request for a nonviolent theft case. But now comes the defense's toughest challenge. Convince the judge that possession of stolen property doesn't necessarily make someone the mastermind behind the crime. Will that argument hold up or completely fall apart?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Hutkins, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's to be a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication, restitution of $57, and to the Bexar County Crime Lab. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Paragraph, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 160 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No confidence.
State any evidence.
Your Honor, state all proceeds as if it won in all attachments. No objection, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I do.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports But most importantly, there be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Court has reviewed states, it's been a long day. Court has reviewed states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court is finding there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just have to report follow up.
All right, Mr. Hudkins, do you have any children?
No.
What do you do for a living?
Right now, me and my wife, we just moved down here about 4 months ago, 5 months. We work at the wash tub.
Okay.
So it's just something for right now.
Where did you move from?
Nevada.
What brings you to San Antonio?
Her family stays out here. She wanted to be with her side of the family. So I was decided to come out here and give some attention, right?
What's her name?
April Voorhees.
Who is Leanne Palacios?
I'm sorry.
Who is Leanne Palacios?
Oh, that's going to be my brother's wife. Or girlfriend.
So what family do you have here?
Oh, just my brother, but her family's down here.
Okay. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Nothing. I don't have it.
All right. Anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
All right. Court will sentence you to $1,000 fine. That'll be probated. 4 years deferred adjudication. 160 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. $57 restitution to the Bexar County Crime Lab for drug testing. Regular UAs, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, field visits 1 time per month until further notice, proof of employment, within 30